Part 2. I thought it was not as good as the first part, but if you watch the original movie, it was a stronger part 2 than the original. Because part 2, I don't know, from the original wasn't as good. It was just okay on the original, but part 2 on the second one was pretty damn good. There's just one plot hole. This is a no spoiler review, obviously. There's one plot hole. If if the flashbacks are set in 1989 for, like in part one, they're at the arcade place. Um, you see Street Fighter that came out in '87. That makes sense. Rampage, I can't remember when that came out, but Mortal Kombat 2, my favorite game of all time, and Mortal Kombat 1 was there, and those games came out in 1992 and 1993, so I guess that's a reference to, because their games are done by Warner Brothers. There's just a lot of things going on in the movie. The adults, they're all adults now. And man, oh man, you don't really see Pennywise that much in this part. There's really good acting in here, and the guy who played Eddie looks and acts like how I think Eddie would act, and he looks like an adult version of how he would look. Bill Hader, he was probably the best part of the whole entire movie. He was so freaking funny in the movie, and that's how I picture and everybody else did a pretty good job as an adult. I don't think it was scary, but it definitely had good story. I think Pennywise still was kind of creepy-ish. It's kind of weird. The opening is these two dudes getting beat up. These two gay guys getting beat up by these homophobic people is kind of a weird opening, but okay. But I thought that the music and all that was good. And if you've seen the original ending and you were disappointed by it, I think you'll probably like this versions of the ending, the last scenes. I feel like the actors were believable. You actually feel like those are those characters. But it's kind of distracting when the guy, I can't think of his name, the one who played Xavier, and Jessica Chastain, they were both in Dark Phoenix, and they're kind of recognizable actors. Bill Hader kind of is too, but it's not extremely distracting compared to the other two. Mike was really good. I didn't even know that was the Old Spice guy. That's the actor who played the adult version of Mike, is the Old Spice guy. Yeah, I would say it's not as good as the first part, but still a really good movie. I would give it an 8, an 8.3. It's a mid 80, you know. There's definitely not going to be a part 2 if you read the book, and there's not going to be no part 3. Because if you read the book and watch the original, and in my opinion, I still think Tim Curry is a little better as Pennywise, but I mean, Sasgard still does a pretty damn good job. It's not really scary. There was a lot more funny moments for sure. And it was a long movie. It didn't feel that long to me. Um, Maybe because it was just so entertaining to me. But it part two definitely worth watching. Um, I need to get the first part on Blu-ray. I still have it. I have the original on Blu-ray. But yeah, definitely worth seeing.